Welcome back to our Food for Thought segment. This is sports betting picks and plays for Monday, January the 20th. I do apologize. We were cut off. We had a major cutoff with the last game with New Mexico and Fresno State. It was minus 21 and a half. New Mexico at Fresno. So for some reason, we just got cut off on the video. Again, we do apologize for that. So as I was saying before, I would lean to Fresno State. I like them here to cover. This is a sandwich spot situation. I think Fresno covers here. New Mexico's looking ahead. They have UNLV. They lost them a year ago. So this is why I say it's a sandwich spot here for New Mexico. I like Fresno State here. And I would lean to the over 161 and a half. But I like the points more, plus the 21 and a half. But it's come down now to 20 and a half. I'm seeing some 20 and a half, so I like that even more. So that's the play I like. Just to clarify from the last video, that where the video was cut off, that's what I'm taking there. Now the next game I'm looking at here is Georgetown at Villanova. Villanova was 9-point favorites here. 9-point favorites, Villanova. It opened up at actually minus 7, total 136. Now, as we mentioned, it's minus 9, and the total is 136 and a half. That's the consensus. We're seeing it's gone up to as high as 138. It's moving to 138. So, if you like the over, try and get the 136 and a half before it moves to 138, because it's not going to be there for too long. So in this game here, we look at the last 10 games. Last 10 games, head-to-head, 9-1 Villanova, 5-5 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. Georgetown's last 10, 5-5, last 10, 6-4 against the spread, 1-9 to the under. Georgetown's last 4 games in a row, they've gone under 4 straight times. Out of the 4 games, they covered 2 games on the road. They've covered 2 games on the road. They've lost 2 at home as a dog. Villanova, 3-2 their last 5 games. And they've gone in the last 5, 3-2 to the over. In this series, I'm gonna look at the under in this game. Under 137 and a half. Georgetown at Villanova. I like the under here, and I like I like the under in this game. I lean to the under 137 and a half. Typically, when these two teams play, it's usually when it's a conference game. Games are definitely a conference game. Both teams familiar with each other. I like the under here in this spot, and both teams right now, especially Georgetown, they're playing to the under, 4 straight unders. Especially on the road, they're playing at Marquette and St. John's. They're covering the spread and they're playing some defense. So they're definitely playing some hard defense, which is important. But they're lacking scoring. So I like the under here, under a lot. So to me, it's the 137 and a half under. Like the under here. I'm sorry, 137 and a half, yes. Even though it's going up to 138, I see that here. I still like the 137 and a half. If it's 138, I'll take the under. I still like the under in this game. That's my play for that. The next game we're looking at here, Penn State at Rutgers. So this one here, Penn State is 7.5. They open up at 7.5. Total 157 and a half. Right now we're seeing 150. It's 150. We're seeing 158. Starting to move to 158, and the total and the spread is at 6.5 and 158. That's Rutgers at Penn State. Penn State favored. So we're looking at this matchup here. So a ranked team coming a ranked team on the road at Penn State. Head-to-head 5-5 against the spread. 5-4-1 Rutgers last 10 games. 0-10 to the under. So this has been an under series. 10 straight unders in this game. Rutgers against other opposition. 5-5 last 10. 4-6 to the against the spread. 4-5-1 to the under. Rutgers has won 2 straight games, 2 in a row. Covered and won at Nebraska. And they won at home as an underdog against UCLA. Penn State, 5-5 last 10, 4-6 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Penn State's lost 4 straight games, 4 in a row. They did 4 games in a row they've lost. They have not covered the spread yet. For me, the only way I can look in this game, I have to look at, even though both teams have gone to the over 2 straight times, I'm going to have to look at the under this game. I like the under the 157.5. I like that a lot. Yeah, I like the under in this game. Now, in this particular matchup here for the under, and the thing is, it's I know it's moving in the over direction, but I still like the under in this game. Again, it's just it's a conference play. When it's a conference play where you're familiar with each other within the conference, I have to disagree with the market here with the move. So I do like the under here a lot. Plus the spread's coming down to, remember, it's 7. It moved all the way down to 6, 6.5. It's coming down. Now we are seeing a 7 here. Penn State. That's 1-7, but I still like the under. I still like the under in this game. Under the total. Let's see what else. Let me see what else I can see here. Yeah, I like the under here. Now this can be a look ahead spot for Penn State because they have Iowa next. They have Iowa in 4 days on Friday. I think Friday or Saturday they got Iowa at Iowa. So this could be a look ahead spot. So we got to be a little bit careful with this game. That's why I didn't take Penn State to cover the points. I know they're on a 4-game losing streak, and the thing is, that's another reason why they have not covered a spread. That's another thing too. They have not even covered a spread this year. It's been a while since they've covered a spread. So this is dangerous. So that's why I like the under here. I know they've gone under 2 straight times. They went over 2 straight times, but I like the under in this spot. And like I said, they're within the same conference, so again, familiarity. Therefore, an under. That's an under for me. I like the under here. So now that's all basically for college basketball. So now we're going to take a look at the NBA slate. This is a bunch of NBA games coming up here. Early NBA games. Let's see. So the first game we're going to look at here for the NBA, we're going to look at Dallas at Charlotte. This one here, we'll get the number up in a second. Again, just in case you're wondering what we're actually using to track the lines and the numbers. oddslogic.com. This is where we track all the spreads. We track all the spreads, totals, and we also track the injury report for all the NBA games, hockey, everything. We track the injury report. So just in case you're wondering, oddslogic.com. So Dallas opened up as a 5.5 point favorite, total 222.5. Right now we are looking at still 5.5, but the number is starting to move to 6. We're seeing some 6s, so it's starting to move to 6. Total 223.5. We are seeing 223. 223. Still 223. It's starting to move to 224. Some of these numbers. So we're going to look at the injury report for both of these teams. And we're going to start off here looking at the Dallas Mavericks and their situation. Dallas right now, their situation is Dwight Powell is out for today's game with a hip injury. Jaden Hardy, ankle out. Dante Exum, wrist is out. Derek Lively is questionable to play Monday. He's 50-50 with an ankle. Luka Doncic, of course, is out. On the Charlotte side, Brandon Miller still out with a wrist injury. Trey Mann out indefinitely. Grant Williams out for the season. So look at this in greater detail, this particular game. Just one moment till we look into this further. Let's see here. The matchup here we're looking at. Head-to-head. Now, this is the first meeting these two teams have played. Dallas head-to-head. Dallas against other opposition. 3-7 against the spread. So 3-7 overall last 10 games. 2-8 against the spread. 3-7 to the under. Dallas last 5. 2-3 last 5 games. Last 5 here. 2-3 to the under. Charlotte 3-7, 5-4 against the spread. 3-7 to the under. Charlotte's won 2 games in a row. They've gone 3 straight overs. Charlotte, 3 overs in a row. So this is an interesting game here. Leads 5 now. It's a 6. Let's see. This is an interesting one. I would lean here. This is at 223. I would lean to the over. I know Charlotte's gone under quite a bit, but the last 3 games, Charlotte on the road, they played to the over. I believe this style of play, this is basically gonna continue to the over. I feel this style of play continues to the over. Yeah, so this style of play to me, it's gonna lead to the over. Three games that have gone over for Charlotte, the 3 games in a row that has gone over for Charlotte. I feel that in this game here, I feel they carry over. It's going to be like a carryover. It's a carryover from the 3-game road trip. That's gonna basically get a carryover at home to the over. I like what Charlotte's doing. They are playing a little better. They played good in Utah and Chicago. I know it's 2 weak teams, but I mean, to me, the way they played the last 3 games, especially at Phoenix, they played hard at Phoenix in the loss. They stayed within the number. I like Charlotte here to go over. I like Charlotte and Dallas to go over the total. So that's the way I would lean. Now, as far as the spread itself, I have no comment or place on that at all. None whatsoever for that. I just like the over the 2. I think the number, let's see, was 220. Let me just check here. 223. Let me see something. 223. Now it's going up to 224 as we speak. I'd still bet the over. 224. So I agree with the market. It's going in the right direction for me, in my opinion. So I would go with the over in this game. Just one moment. So I like that a lot. I definitely would go for that. Now we're gonna get to the player props. Just one moment. Just trying to pull up something here, some information here regarding the player props. It takes a bit of time. Just hold on. We'll get to that. So we're gonna get to that. Okay, so we're look at the we're gonna take a look at the props. So the props here for Dallas and Charlotte. We're gonna take a look at that. You the best props. Dallas, Charlotte. Let's see. Just bear with me to give it some time. Okay, so Kyrie Irving. Let's see what for him for props. I would look at points, rebounds, and assists for Kyrie Irving. The clearing number is 35. He hit the number in the last game. But I would still go back to Kyrie Irving. He's with Luka out of the lineup. You'd have to rely on him a little bit more to get others involved. So I like that angle for Kyrie, points, rebounds, and assists. It's just a lean, not a strong play for points, rebounds, and assists. I just basically mentioned that. It was just mentioned for anyone interested in that. I was just mentioned out there, the points, rebounds, and assists, just for interest purpose. So yes, I would take that points, rebounds, and assists. That's the only solid prop I see. I don't see any other solid props for that game, to be honest with you. Let me see if I can find anything else. That's all I see so far. You can look at Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson here, actually, nothing for him as yet. He might, yeah, nothing there. I didn't see it. You can look at 3-point shooting for Klay Thompson. Over 2 or 3.5 threes for Klay Thompson. That's a good look. Another good look. Yeah, that's all I can look at for that game. Nothing else for that game at all. Like I said, my best bet's over 223.5, 224 for that game. I like the over. The next game we're going to look at here for the NBA, Detroit at Houston. This is a 2:10 p.m. start. Opened up here minus 8.5 Houston, total 225. Right now we're looking at, it's gone down to 222.5. So it's gone down by about 3 points. So we're going to look at the injury report here for Detroit. See what's happening. Jaden Ivey, the only guy out of the lineup for Detroit. Houston, Amen Thompson, calf injury questionable. Jabari Smith Jr. out indefinitely with the hand injury. So look at this game here, Detroit, Houston. Let's see. Detroit, Houston. Detroit, Houston. Let's see. Look at this a little bit more. So 7-3 last 10 games between these two teams. Houston's controlling it. 5-4 against the spread, 5-4-1 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. The last meeting was early this season, November 10th of last year in Detroit. Houston a 4-point favorite. Detroit covered but lost 101.99. At that time, the total was 218 and it went under. For this game, and then the last 10 games for Detroit, 7-3 last 10, 5-5 against the spread, 5-5 to the over/under last 10 against other opposition. Houston, 7-3 last 10, 5-4 against the spread, 6-3 to the under. Houston. So Detroit, they've lost 2 straight games. Last 5, 2-3. Last 5 here with the over/under, 3-2 to the over. Houston, last 5, 4-1 last 5. And then they've covered, and they've been covering on the road. They covered at Denver, covered at Portland. They've been playing well, and then they've gone over. They have gone over 5 straight games. Amazing. So again, I'm looking to the over in this game. I have to definitely look at the over. I think Houston basically dictates the pace in this game. I know the numbers come down to 222. I sort of disagree with the move here. It's gone to, we're seeing 221.5. I'm going to disagree with this a little bit. I like the over in this game. Over the 222.5. I like the over. I like it a lot. Yeah, I do like the over in this game. Definitely like the over here. Let's see. Been looking at some first half stuff here to see if I see anything for first half, any value. Anything of value for the first half in this game. Yeah, I'm surprised it came down so much. I like the over in this game when it dropped. Yeah, I like the over here. Over 222. The full game over 222. I have no opinion on the side. That one I'll leave alone. So I just like the over here. Now, as for the props in this game for the Pistons, again, Cade Cunningham would be the main guy to look at for props, but he's in a little bit of a funk right now, Cade Cunningham. So he's not really a main person to look at. He's really slumping. So not a good time to go to him. Instead, I would look at I look at Malik Beasley. I know I will look at Malik Beasley and the points. Malik Beasley and the points. He's projected number is 14.5. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 times. The last game he missed it by 1 point. I would still go back to Malik Beasley with Cade Cunningham in a little bit of a slump. I think Beasley can clear this number at 14.5 points. I like that one a lot. And another thing to look at is points and rebounds from Malik Beasley. The clearing number is 16.5. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 times. Again, he missed it last game by a point. I'd go back to this one as well. That's a strong prop for Detroit, Malik Beasley. On the Houston side, I go to Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks. Points and rebounds. Brooks, 17.5 is the clearing number. He's cleared this number. He cleared it once in the last 4 games. However, he showed some signs in the last game. He put up 28 in the last game. So I expect him to have a bigger role here to clear this number against Detroit. I like him here in this spot. Now, if you're not comfortable with that, you can go with his rebounds. Rebounds, the clear number is 3.5 rebounds for Dylan Brooks. He's cleared this number 4 of the last 5 games. He had 6 rebounds in the last one. So you can go with that. If you don't want to do the points to rebounds, you have points. You have rebounds, rebounds 3.5. If you're not comfortable with the points to rebounds. Fred VanVleet. 3-point shooting. VanVleet, the clear number is 2.5. I like him here he cleared it. He had 3 in the last game, over 3-point shots. I like him here to clear it at 2.5. I like him in this spot a lot. Rebounding is good here. Rebounding. The number is 3.5. He's cleared this number once, but the last game he got 4 rebounds. I expect him to do more of the same in this game. So I like that. I like that prop a lot. That's all. Those are the props I would recommend and go for in that game. Next game that we're looking at here for the NBA, Minnesota at Memphis. This one here, -3 Memphis, total 233.5. Right now we're looking at 5.5. Some 6s are popping up on the board for Memphis. And this one is at 235. Now in this game here, Memphis' injury report. Zach Edey had a nose injury, but he will play today. John Morant questionable, so 50-50 if he's gonna play or not. Vince Williams is out. Marcus Smart, Vince Williams Jr. foot injury. Marcus Smart out indefinitely with a finger injury. Jared Jackson II foot injury out. Now, as for the Minnesota side, Rudy Gobert has an ankle injury, but it's questionable to play. Dante DiVincenzo out with a toe injury. So we'll go to that Minnesota matchup. Let's see. Last 10 games, 6-4 Minnesota, 5-5 against the spread, 5-5 to the over/under. They did play about a week ago, January 11th in Minnesota. And Memphis was a 1.5 point underdog in Minnesota. The total is 232. It went over the total, 232. And Memphis won that game in Minnesota. So the last 5 here with Minnesota, 5-5 against other opposition, 3-6-1 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Memphis 5-5 last 10, 6-4 against the spread, 6-2-2 to the over. So Minnesota, they're flip-flopping wins and losses. They lost their last game to Cleveland. 4-1 to the over, Minnesota, the last game. Memphis 5-0 to the over. So the only way I can play this game is over the 234.5. The last game they played a week ago was 232. It went up by 2 points. So I definitely like the over here. No opinion on the side. Plenty of opportunity here for player props that you can look at in this game. So we're going to start off here. We'll look at the player props for the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. Over 25.5 points. He's gotten this number 4 in the last 5 times. He's cleared this number. 25.5 points. Assists. Clearing number 1's 4.5. He's cleared this number 4 the last 5 times. 3-pointers. Over 3.5. He's cleared this number 4 the last 5 times. So we have some options here. I would look at personally. Let's see. I would look at the points and assists. Points and assists, 31.5. He's actually cleared this number 3 the last 5 times. I like that one. Points and assists, I like that for Anthony Edwards. My best prop for him. On the Memphis side, Morant's still a game time decision. No props for him. Memphis side, I have to look at. Jared Jackson Jr. A good look is assists, over 2.5 assists. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 times. 3-pointers is another one. The number is over 1.5. He's cleared this number 4 of the last 5 times. So I would look, for me, I would look at I would look at points and rebounds. Now with Ja possibly being out of the lineup today, points and rebounds is going to be a strong point for Jared Jackson Jr. So I like this. I like this spot here. He's only hit 2 of the last 5 times. He's come close the last 2 games. He had 25. He had 21 points and rebounds, 21 the last game. Missed it by about 8 points. The game before that, he had 25 total points and rebounds. Missed it by about 4 points. I like him in this game here, especially if Ja is questionable and it may not play. I like him to step up and have a bigger role. So I would take that. Definitely like that look. Points and rebounds over 28.5. Minnesota side. Jaden Daniels over 12.5 points. He's hit this number 3 of the last 5 times. He's done pretty well. So I like Jaden Daniels here, points and rebounds. The clearing number is 17.5. He's hit this number 4 of the last 5 times, so I like Jaden Daniels here. I like him in this spot. Let's see. And of course, I like Rudy Gobert for rebounds. Over 10.5 rebounds. He'll be battling Zach Edey, but I think he cleared this. I think he clears this number. He's cleared this number 2 of the last 5 times, but I believe he cleared it in the last game. He had 12 rebounds. I like him here. Rudy Gobert over 10.5 rebounds. I think he'll play well here. So I like that spot there for him. So that's for the props for that game. Next game to look at here, Atlanta at New York. New York opened up as a 7-point favorite, total 231.5. Right now it's gone all the way to 236. That's the number, 236, and it's 6.5, 236. For the injury front for the Atlanta Hawks, let's see. Larry Nance Jr. out indefinitely. Zachary Resager, abductor. He is, I believe, yeah, he's questionable to play on Monday. So he's 50-50. As for the Knicks, the New York Knicks, let's see for them. Injuries for the Knicks. Josh Hart, questionable with the neck injury. Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns, questionable to play Monday at Atlanta against Atlanta at home with a thumb. Mitchell Robinson out indefinitely. So we'll look into this game further. Um, Head to head, 6-4 Atlanta, last 10, 6-4 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. They've already played 2 times already. First meeting was November 6th in Atlanta. Total was 226. The Knicks were fair by 7 points. Atlanta covered and won 121-116. Second game was in New York, December 11th, last month. Again, New York was favored at home by 8. The total was 238 at that time. Atlanta covered and won that game, 108-100. So they beat the Knicks twice already, and they flopped the over/under. Now the Knicks are 6.5-point favorites against the Atlanta Hawks. So Atlanta right now against other opposition last 10 games, 6-4, 5-5 against the spread, 5-3-2 to the over. Hawks have won 3 straight games. They had a big win in Boston, beat the Celtics on Saturday. Surprising win there. It was a 9.5-point underdog. So they've been winning 2 of the last 3 games with the defense. The Hawks playing a bit of defense, really playing some defense under Coach Snyder, and it's showing in the last 2 games on the road. Now as for the New York Knicks, 4-6 last 10, 4-6 against the spread, 5-5. That's the total. Last 5 for them, 2-3. Last 5, 4-1 to the over. So I can see why the market is moving to the direction of the over. I can see why. Although the Hawks, the last 2 games have played under. They're under the total. Let me look at this one here. Yeah, the only way to look in this game, I'd have to look at the over 236. As far as the side, I'm gonna take the Atlanta Hawks to cover the 6.5. I believe they covered the spread. I like the Hawks here to cover. I don't trust the Knicks here. I really don't trust them. I like Atlanta here to cover. Atlanta's been playing very well. Like I said, they've covered 2 games on the road at Boston and Chicago and at Boston. I like 2 straight unders too. I like Atlanta here. Atlanta and the 6.5. I believe they cover the points. I like him here. And this is the last game of the road trip too for Atlanta, so I do like the Hawks here even more. Look, and they're at Madison Square Garden, Martin Luther King weekend. Yeah, I think they covered the spread here at 6.5. I like him here. I like him at 6.5, and I like the over. I like the over as well. As far as the props, you always have to look at. In this particular game, you always have to look at for props. You always have to look at Trae Young. Trae Young for assists. He's the one guy that's is Mr. Consistent, especially in a game like this against the Knicks. Trae Young the assist is a good look. I like over 10.5 assists. Trae Young. He's hit it 2 in the last 5 games. However, the game before he had a rib injury, didn't play, and I think it affected him the game before he got hurt. So his numbers slowed down. He started to pick it up in the last game against Boston. Played very well. I think that continues today. I like over 10.5 rebound as a 10.5 assists. Trae Young. I think he'll come out and show up today. And I would look at points and assists. Points and assists for Trae Young, 34.5. That's another good look too. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 times. I like that a lot for Trae Young. That's the main one that stands up for the Hawks. For the Knicks, if Towns does play, if Anthony Towns plays, I would look at rebounds. Now, I'll look at the rebounds. Rebounds, 14.5. He's capable of clearing this number. But like I said, he has a thumb injury, so he's questionable. But I look at his rebounds to clear over 14 and a half. I would go with that. If I would choose that. Um, Another good look is points and rebounds. 40 and a half points and rebounds. I would go with that. I would go with that. Or you can do assists and rebounds. The clear number is 18 and a half. I think either one is good. Both go over. That's if he plays. He's still questionable. Brunson. Yeah, Brunson. I like Brunson here a lot. Over in points, over 27 and a half. He got 26 in the last game. And he's cleared this number 3 of the last five games. So I like Brunson here in this spot. 27 and a half. So that's for that game. For the props, and I like the Atlanta. I like the over in this game. Next game, Boston at Golden State. This one here opened up at -6.5, total 225 and a half. Right now, the number is all the way to 10. We're even seeing 10 and a half, and the total is 225. 225. We're seeing 225s come up. Excuse me, not 225. Excuse me. We're seeing 224. 223 and a half, 224. So this game here, I'm gonna So I have a lot to say about this game here. This is one of my favorite games of the day. One of my favorite picks of the day. Boston Golden State minus 10, total 224. Head to head, 7-3 is Golden State, 2-8. 7-3 Golden State, 2-8 against the spread. Golden State 4-6 to the under. Last game he played early in the season, November 6th in Boston. Boston was a 7-point favorite. Golden State won that 118-112. The total was 228, and it went over. Boston, last 10, 6-4, 4-5 against the spread, 4-5-1 against the spread, 3-7 to the under. Golden State last 10, 5-5, 4-6 against the spread, 5-5 to the over/under. Golden State's won 2 straight games. Boston, they've been up and down. But I like Boston in this spot. This is a revenge spot for Boston. This game's on TNT, nationally televised game, on Martin Luther King weekend, inauguration weekend. I think Boston exacts revenge. They come out focused, and they get the W here. I like him here to cover the spread. I got it at -8. It was at -8 last night. It went all the way up to 10. I didn't catch this -6.5. I did get it at 8 this early in the morning. Now we're late in the morning. It's gone to 10 now. I'm not surprised. I like the Celtics here to cover the spread. In terms of the over under, no play on the over under. I like Boston here -10. I would play it up to 10. If it's 10.5, I wouldn't touch it. If you can get it at 10, play it up to 10. 10.5, I wouldn't touch it. If you like the Celtics, play that. In terms of the props for this game, we're going to take a good look at this. Look at this in more into depth. The props. Let's see. Let me look at some props here. We've got to look at the injury reports. My apologies. The injury report. Yes, we have to get a look at the injury report for Boston. Forgot about that. Boston Celtics injury report right now. We're looking at Porzingis. Game time at Golden State. Not sure if he's going to play. Al Horford, same thing. Injury management situation. So it's 50-50 those guys play. I still like Boston anyway. I still think they have enough weapons to get it done. Golden State. Steph Curry, ankle. Questionable to play. Might play. Draymond Green. Calf injury, ruled out for tonight's game. Kuminga, out indefinitely. Brandon Podziemski, abdominal injury. He's out. So Draymond is out. Steph Curry questionable. Either way, I still like Boston here to cover. I like him to cover the spread and the number. Boston 6-4, 4-5-1 against the spread. Last 10, 3-7 to the under. Golden State's 5-5, 4-6, 5-5 even. Over under. Props. Oh, I think we lost it. Hold on. I'm trying to get it back. Props. Look at the props here. Yeah, so for the props, Steph Curry is still questionable. Tatum, look at Jason Tatum first. I think Tatum's going to have a big game. He's come back the last couple of games. After trailing, he's bounced back a bit. For points, the clearing number is 24.5. He's hit this number 2 of the last 5 games. I believe he's going to hit it tonight. I like a Tatum here. TNT game, Martin Luther King weekend game. I like him in this spot. Assists over 4.5 assists. He's cleared this number 3 in the last 5 games. Rebounds over 8.5 rebounds. I like the over. He's cleared this number 3 in the last 5 games. So you want to look at points, rebounds, and assists. This is a good one. Last game he cleared the number was 38. He got the clear number is 39.5. Actually, he missed it by about 2 points. I like him to clear it here. Points, rebounds, and assists. I'm very optimistic he can do it here. If you don't like that angle, you can take the points and assists. 29.5 is the clearing number. He's cleared this number 3 of the last 5 games. He cleared it the last game as well against Atlanta. So I like him here in that spot. Points and assists. I like that one. Like him there. On the Golden State side, if Steph Curry plays, he's questionable still, but if he plays, I'll obviously take his points. Over 24.5. I think he'll clear that easily. Assists is a good bet. He's cleared number. The clearing number is 5.5. He's cleared this 4 of the last 5 games. Steph Curry for 3-point shooting. It's now gone to 4.5. He's only hit this number once in his last 5 games, so I would stay away from that. I would look at points and assists. Points and assists I would look at. The last 3 games he's gone over 31.5. He's cleared the last 3 games. So if he's gonna play, I would look at points and assists. Over 31.5 for Steph Curry. I'd look at that. Jaylen Brown. Assists over 4.5. He's cleared this number 4 of the last 5 games. That's a good one. Assists and rebounds. I would do the assist and rebounds. 10.5 is the clearing number. He's hit this number 4 of the last 5 games. So assists and rebounds for Jaylen Brown is always a good one. I like that. I like that play. Porzingis. 3-point shooting, of course. He didn't play in the last game against Atlanta. I like him here over 1.5 3-pointers. He's hit it 3 of the last 5 games. 4 of the last 5 games. Didn't play the last game, but I like him for 3-point shooting. That's all for this game. That's it for that game for the props. I like those ones. I like those kind of plays. Next game. Utah at New Orleans. My least favorite game today. Pelicans minus 11, total 236. Right now is 11.5. That's what we're seeing right now. It went up by half a point. 10.5 now. We're seeing 10.5. 10.5, 232 is the number. Um, New Orleans side, we're looking at Yevis Missy, illness questionable. Zion Williams, illness questionable. Herb Jones out indefinitely. Brandon Ingram out indefinitely. Utah. Colin Sexton, game injury management situation, may or may not play. Laurie McEman, back injury, is out. John Collins, personal reasons, is out Monday. Jordan Clarkson, out indefinitely. A lot of uncertainty for this game. That's why it's my least favorite game. No play on the sides or total. No play for the props. So we'll move on to the next game. Chicago at Clippers. Clippers minus 6.5 point favorites. Total 233.5. Let's see this one here. For the Clippers, let's see. We'll look at the injury report here for the Clippers. Clippers. Kawhi Leonard. I'll say he's going to play tonight. I think he's going to play. Kawhi Leonard, I think he plays tonight. PJ Tucker out indefinitely. Chicago. Lonzo Ball might play. Torrey Craig out of the lineup. This one here, not much to say about this game. Look at it a bit. The Bulls blew a big lead against Portland. They're basically 4-6 against the spread the last 10 games, 3-7 last 10, 3-7 to the under. The Bulls have lost 5 games in a row. They should have beaten Portland, lost badly to Portland. Clippers 6-4, 6-4 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. Clippers have won 4 straight games. They've covered 4 straight games. They have Chicago here. I'm going to lean to the Clippers. I lean to the Clippers. I don't trust the Bulls. I lean to the Clippers here. Yeah, I lean to the Clippers. Clippers actually played last night. Both teams played last night. I still lean to the Clippers, but I'm not going to get to the board with it. I lean that way. No props for this game at all. I just lean Clippers. That's it. So those are my NBA plays and a bit of the college basketball. Again, thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for joining me here. We're gonna come back this afternoon for the NHL hockey. A few games for NHL we're gonna look at. Again, stay blessed, stay true to yourself, believe in yourself. Fade or follow, it's up to you. I just basically choose the plays and give the picks how I see fit. So it's up to you to fade or follow. Good luck to you. Stay true to yourself, stay blessed, stay humble. Peace. See you this afternoon for the NHL plays.